Hi there! Welcome back to Unveiling Buddhism episode 41. Previously, we learned that our current life is not predestined by karma from past lives. Today, we are exploring 3 other common misunderstandings about karma. But first, what is karma? In Buddhism, karma refers to intentional actions. It creates consequences in our minds and in our external environment. We believe that good leads to good and bad leads to suffering. But for a result to manifest, it also depends on meeting the right conditions. Altogether, this is known as the doctrine of cause and effect. Let's use a simple example. Cooking a fried egg. You need the intention to cook, plus an egg, oil, heat, and a pan. Then the process of cooking the egg, which requires time, and the conditions must be right. If something goes wrong, like the heat's too high or the heat is cut off halfway, then the result will be affected. Once the egg is cooked, that's your result. But that result becomes the cause for what happens next. You cannot change the past, but you can still do the right thing moving forward. For example, your child wanted a sunny side up, but you messed up the egg, and your child started screaming. Your next decision or action will be the cause for new results. Karma's result may be immediate or delayed, but one thing is certain: the best time to make a positive impact is now. It is important to understand that karma is not a punishment. It is simply the nature of the law, where effects arise from the causes and conditions we create ourselves, not those created by others. So it's not as if someone or something is punishing us in the name of karma. Although the doctrine of karma looks simple, many people have misconceptions about it. Today, we shall explore 3 common wrong views.
Wrong view number 1. Mistaking religious or spiritual practices to produce magical karma that fulfills wishes.
Suppose we wish to fry an egg. Do you think sitting silently without thoughts will cause a fried egg to appear magically? What about reciting the recipe for a fried egg? What about creating a sand painting of a fried egg, wearing a chef costume and acting to fry an egg? Any wise man or woman will know that it doesn't work this way. Yet, many Buddhists perform religious activities with unrealistic expectations. Buddha never taught any of these because they are superstitious, born from ignorance. So, what did Buddha teach? He taught us to act with wisdom and skill while performing wholesome deeds that align with our goals. For example, to get rich, we need to build our wealth legitimately. Learn how to safeguard it and not squander it. Meditation, chanting, and rituals alone will not realize your dream.
What about donating money to Buddhist monasteries or charities?
Well, just ask yourselves, will you get a fried egg through donation?
Does that mean meditation, chanting, and rituals have no benefits for our worldly wishes?
Buddhist spiritual practices aim to transform our minds and behavior, helping us become better versions of ourselves. This transformation equips us with qualities that enable us to handle life's challenges more effectively. Take career development, for example. Meditation or chanting scriptures alone will not advance your career. Instead, these practices help build qualities that are valuable in the workplace. Calmness, for instance, can help us handle stress and deadlines with ease. Concentration and mindfulness enable us to stay focused at work. Observing precepts develops integrity, which is highly valued by companies. Additionally, reciting doctrines about non-self or emptiness encourages flexibility, helping us adapt to changes. By improving ourselves in these ways, we naturally enhance our professional lives. Similarly, chanting mantras won't magically fix our family life if we don't practice loving kindness and right speech afterward. The true power of these practices lie in how they shape our behavior and interactions, fostering harmony and understanding in our relationships.
Wrong view number 2. Obsessive karma fearing.
Have you ever worried that your past mistakes will come back to haunt you? For some Buddhists, this concern can turn into an overwhelming fear of bad karma. Imagine carrying the weight of past wrongdoings, constantly reliving them and fearing the consequences. Some even take it a step further, believing it's a good spiritual practice to imagine themselves burdened with heavy karmic debt from past lives. Take my friend Sarah, for example. She is a devoted Buddhist who can't shake off the feeling that her struggles in this life are payback for past mistakes. She spends much of her time meditating and repenting for her imaginary karmic debt, replaying every past regret. However, this mindset can lead to anxiety, depression, and obsessive behaviors. Sarah's fear of making new mistakes paralyzes her, causing her to seek constant guidance and divination from Buddhist priests and monastics. But here's the irony. By fearing karma ignorantly, Sarah may be creating more harm than good. She isn't doing anything practical to improve her life or face her challenges. Her inability to make decisions becomes a habitual hindrance to personal growth. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, we should focus on cultivating positive actions and moving forward.
Wrong view number 3. Bad karma is contagious. I'm meeting Kate tomorrow to practice meditation together. Are you coming?
I'd love to, but can't you sense a dark, depressing aura around her lately?
She's been going through a lot lately and is feeling really stressed and overwhelmed. I'm hoping to help her take a break from it all. Maybe some meditation will give her a chance to find a bit of peace and clear her mind.
Yeah, I think it all started after she adopted a black cat from the street. Are you sure you want to be implicated in her bad karma? It might spread to you.
Oops, hold on. Let's be clear about one thing. Karma, whether good or bad, is not transferable, nor can it be shared or removed by others. Helping others is a good deed, and don't forget, when we have the ability to help but choose not to, this is our intended action. Therefore, this intended action or karma of our own carries its own karmic consequences as well.
It's not that I'm selfish. I spent a lot of time with her last week to help her out, but I started having migraines. I even had a fever after going to the hospital to help her take care of her sick dad. It seems like I'm absorbing some of her negative karma or energy.
Kate has mentioned many times how grateful she is for your help. What you're feeling is compassion fatigue, not her bad karma.
Compassion fatigue happens when someone feels drained from caring for others. It's common among caregivers, nurses, or even friends who are constantly helping those in need. Unlike burnout, which is caused by stress, compassion fatigue comes from empathy, caring so much that it starts to wear you down. The key to overcoming it is self-care, setting boundaries, and finding support for yourself, so you can continue to help others without feeling overwhelmed.
I don't know. I still think it's more than just compassion fatigue. Kate's father was an exterminator who culled hundreds of stray cats, and now he's sick in the hospital. Maybe her misfortune is tied to his bad karma. Everything went downhill after that black cat showed up. Just thinking about it gives me chills.
As mentioned earlier, karma, whether good or bad, is not transferable. The results of our actions belong solely to us. Think of it like eating. When we eat, it nourishes our own body. We cannot eat for someone else. Kate's challenges are her personal karmic results, not the fault of her dad or anyone else. Likewise, her dad's illness is also a result of his own karma, not a punishment from the cats or others. Misunderstanding and speculating about how karma works leads to confusion and fear fear often drives us to act ignorantly. Like in this case, where a poor black cat might be abandoned due to superstition. So remember, karma is not something you can pass on. We take ownership of our lives by creating wholesome karma. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through the nuances of karma. Please share it with others and spread the wisdom.